I'm learning so much about outdoor survival because of what YouTube knows I like to watch. I'm like, I'm watching.
Are you planning on
new outdoor boys video?
Hike.
You planning on going to the wilderness
miles through waist deep snow up a mountain? And then the meals he makes, I'm like, I think he got fatter that day. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I watch the Outdoor Boys channel and it'll be like, he's like, all right, it's 3 p.m. and we're in Alaska, which means I've got 4 minutes of sunlight. I'm going to need to chop down about 50 trees and then build my shelter. And so let's get moving. And I'm like watching the fast forward version of it because you know how those guys do it, where like they're not going to show every tree chopping down, but they show like the ever increasing pile of chopped wood in jump cuts. And it's like late at night. I'm stoned eating popcorn and I'm like, that looks awful. Like this looks so tiring.
I'll be watching Outdoor Boys, and what's hilarious, this guy is an expert on winter survival. He is very good. He knows what he's doing. So there I am in my bed with a thin comforter under my thin comforter, under my thick, fuzzy, fake fur comforter. And I'm like, you know, this guy really ought to be building a cutting station for all that firewood he's processing. He doesn't. If I was there, this would be better.
It's gonna get wet. It's gonna get wet.
I picture myself in that situation, like with him, and like he would get so sick of my shit. Like immediately, I'd be like, God, how much longer until it's warm? And he's like, well, it's never gonna be warm, per se, but
he's
we won't
dragging
die.
the sled of equipment. Woody, you can't get in.
Yeah. Dude, get
out! Get out!
I know Kyle hasn't watched any of his videos, but he'll work for like 14 hours straight. He'll like dig out a little hole in 8-foot deep snow, and he'll be like, all right, if we're going to get this warm, we need to light a big fire in the middle of this ice pit I've just buried, and it's going to take a large amount of wood. And then he'll pan over to like 25 trees he's cut down, and I'm serious, like 25 of these like thin, like, you know, Arctic looking trees.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, this is the beginnings of a good start. And I'm like, oh, how and like he's like always so positive.
No power.
He's like chopping down a new tree, and he'll be like, you know, the Japanese beetle weevil comes through here, and it's an invasive species, and it results in a lot of these trees dying. It's tragic, but for me it makes it slightly easier. And I'm like, by slightly easier, he's like now only taking 4 minutes to cut down a tree instead of, you know, 8 minutes, whatever it would be. It's the most exhausting shit imaginable. And at the end, he's like eating shit that's like less calories than I want to after a day of being sedentary. Where he's like, all right, I froze some moose stew, or no, I got some moose ribs that I'm gonna wrap in foil, and then he'll open it and be like, oh, I'm starving after this long day. And I'm like, 2 ribs? You brought 2 ribs? That's insane. I need 10 ribs just to have the motivation.
On the flip side, I learned about these guys on Reddit this week, and
Desert Island Survival.
I was borderline inspired by their fucking survival story. So these are known as the Tonga castaways of 1965. So these 6 kids got bored and stole a boat and decided they were going to like sail to Australia or wherever they landed. And instead, they hit rough seas, bad weather. Their sails were ripped apart, and their what's the thing the rudder, I think, was ruined. And so they drifted for like a week, 8-10 days or something, living on rainwater they collected and trying to catch fish until they landed on a desert isle that has almost nothing on it. What's that?
Atta Island, ATA.
Atta Island. And they lived there for, I believe, 15 months. During that time, these dudes didn't like waste away or like become weak and pathetic. They built a gym. Once they had become good enough fishermen that they had enough raw fish every day to just eat like savages, they built a bench press. Look, there's pictures of these dudes getting yoked. Keep in mind, look at the pictures of them. They're in that link right there. These are kids. These are teenagers. They've got pecs and like
Mother trucker looks 30.
they do look old. Maybe that's all that sunlight, but that is so cool. They stored water in hollowed out tree trunks. Yeah. There were no pigs to dig up the wild taro, and so they had tons of wild taro, which I think is like a kind of a potato, right?
Do you think you could make a fire if you were in a deserted island?
Depends on the situation, but
what do I have?
If I had, all right, so here's what I need. Let me say that.
A lighter
island.
I need that dry kindling. I need that like a wheat field when it's just about to be harvested, crinkly grass. If I don't have that, then I can't start a fire.
Okay, I don't think there's much of that on tropical islands.
No, there's not. Maybe like coconut, like husk.
I was gonna say hairy. I was gonna call them pineapples, but they're actually called coconuts.
Yeah, use the hairy coconuts.
Yeah, but like that could perhaps be really good kindling.
I would use my own hair. Maybe I think that appeals to me. Like I think maybe I don't care what it smells like.
Not our biggest problem.
Trust me, I already stink if I'm making a fire on a desert island with my hair.
Oh, then, dude, I'm the ultimate fire starter. And you're, dude, we could clear out half of one of my butt cheeks.
Phil Taylor, and I'm like shaving your ass with a big Bowie knife.
I hate that this is true, but the testicle hair burns so well.
Oh, it does. It's like thick and craggly. Do you ever do that? Like you see your own scrotum hair, and you're like, do you ever see your own like like scrotum hair, and you're like, how is it so thick?
No,
like it's like a thick. No, it's thicker than my head hair,
bro. That's insane. First of all,
it's like I
really want to see a picture.
It's girthy. It's a girthy hair. It's not quite like it's not like a beard hair level of thickness, but like.
You're telling me your balls are hairier than your fucking head?
No, not like total hairiness.
Like
not
below
even
your
close.
dick, do you just have another beard like that?
No. But like I'll like sometimes like when I haven't shaved in a while down there, and I like see sometimes there's like some testicle hairs where it's like that's a big boy, like that's a thick hair.
Well, look,
that's not head hair.
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm innocent in this, but not down there, no. But I'll get some ear hairs every now and then. I'll feel it, and I'll be like, ooh, it's ear hair. And I'll pluck it, and it hurts, but the pain is so deep down my ear canal. It's like, holy shit. And I look, and that bitch will be like 2.5 inches long. It grew out of like my eardrum. It was deep down in there. And it like, I could tell like, damn it, that hurt inside my ear canal. I do have the ear hair. That's my genetic curse.
I don't have any ear hair.
I have
a lot of it.
Can I tell you about my curse?
What's your curse?
Same ear hair, but with an autistic son. So he'll be walking by and be like, "Hey, Dad, you have the longest hair." And I'm like, notify Guinness. He's like, maybe I'll pluck it. You can't say no. He needs to pluck this. He won't be complete. His soul will be. I would love that in my life the rest of time. And you love this in your life.
I would love that in my life. I've gotten multiple girlfriends to get in there and get out.
So he plucks it unsuccessfully.
Shit. All right, never mind.
Second try. Third try. Oh, that pain? We're building. Maybe the fourth try it comes out. It's like, oh my God.
I'm gonna start sweating thinking about this.
Oh. You know? And you can't shut it down. He's bigger than you. It's like
nothing I can do.
Oh, still.
Yeah. Would he try and yank out my Ricky Martin eyebrow?
Dude,
they match.
A single one
very
that
close.
grows out instead of sideways, and he's always plucking it.